Hi, everybody. Welcome back to episode 4 of the Flameside podcast. I'm here as Flame. Your name is Side. Sorry, I'm struggling to remember like anything we do around here.
Yeah, it's been a long time. A little bit of a hiatus. Um,
Some would say.
it's not because we don't like the podcast. There's just been a lot of things in our lives lately that have come up. We got trips, we got birthdays, we got canceled trips, we got a whole bunch of shit that's come up.
It has been a particularly busy 2 weeks, and there's also unexpected things that came up.
Yeah, there sure has been. Like some sicknesses.
Hmm. It's interesting. You were telling me that you were avoiding coffee this week while you were sick, but I see you bringing out the Gatorade Pedialyte. What's the thought process there?
Just trying to get every electrolyte I can these days, man. I haven't been
Mm.
hydrating enough. I've had the COVID. It's been pretty brutal, and things like this are very clutch. Do you partake in things like this when you're sick?
Yeah.
You
I'm a
need
big
you need to
fan.
get like hydrating shit in you
Hmm.
because drinking sucks. But
My favorite is just like the Gatorade, like Fit, like the one that like still tastes like a sports drink. Those electrolyte ones sometimes taste so fucked up.
I've kind of like appreciated yeah, and I've seen you drink these G Fits, bro.
Hmm.
I've never tried a G Fit.
I'm a big fan.
Maybe I'll give it a go next time I see it.
Do you think it's making a difference drinking the electrolyte Gatorade?
Yeah, I think so. I think just like getting any sort of hydration is just like go such a long way when you're feeling so shitty.
Yeah.
But
What
today I
was the,
actually feel pretty good.
what was the worst of it?
What day was the worst of it?
Yeah, like how bad did it get? Like were you like miserable?
Oh my God, yeah, dude. One day it felt like the day just like started and ended and like I was just like in bed the whole day with like aches and pains and I was just watching videos. But I didn't even have like much interest to watch stuff. So like a lot of it was just like staring at the walls. Like it was that bad.
Um,
Didn't have like coffee. I haven't had coffee in 6 days. Didn't have like any Zens. I didn't have any like I didn't even have the capacity to do anything.
mhm.
But that was only
My
like
big
one day like that.
um, my biggest thing with COVID is like I just could hardly like stay awake. Like I like did not have the energy to like keep my eyes open or like keep my brain doing anything besides like falling back asleep. You know?
I had a lot of like restless sleep. Did that happen to you?
Yeah, for sure.
Like waking
But
up
like
at like 2 a.m. and you're up for like an hour and you can't really help it.
I'd be pretty much fast back to sleep though. Like I would think I'm about to be up for a while, like one of those like midnight like fuck me sessions, but like
You always fall
that,
back.
like pretty quickly. It's because
Do
like I don't know, my body's always so exhausted.
do you take any like medicine when you're sick like that?
Um, no, not really. It's like especially with COVID, I don't think there's a whole lot you can do. Um,
I was just fucking around with some Dayquil and NyQuil just for like some like cold and flu symptom relief.
did it help?
Yeah, I think the NyQuil at night has been nice. Just like taking like a good amount and then just falling asleep. I think it helps a lot.
What kind of stuff were you eating?
Dude, barely eating, man. That's another issue. There's days I just
Mm,
like wasn't hungry. But I've been trying to fuck around with oatmeal quite a bit. I think oatmeal is like an easy thing to get down when you're really sick.
yeah.
Soups. Yeah, that's really about it. I've been starting to DoorDash a little bit because I don't have any food
Mm.
on hand.
Yeah. Well, making food in general while you're sick is such a scam because like you have to work so hard to like get up and move around and make stuff when
Oh
you feel that
yeah.
shitty. And all for it just to be like, you take like 3 bites and you're like, I can't eat this,
Yeah, I'm not
And
even
you need to lay
hungry.
down.
Yeah, might as
Yeah.
well get a DoorDash going.
Yeah, for sure. But then even then you're spending like 20 bucks and you're eating like 3 bites of it.
See, what was kind of fucked for me too is like I got sick almost instantly after I took this LA trip with the boys,
Hmm.
and it felt like the LA trip like never even happened. It kind of just like made it all a blur, which kind of sucked.
Yeah. Well, tell us about LA.
Dude, LA's sick. So have you ever been?
Yeah, but like, yeah.
You have been to LA?
When I was younger, Yeah, we did some sightseeing, did a little hike. Nothing crazy though.
Did you do the Hollywood sign hike? That's what we did.
I think so. I'm pretty sure.
That shit was pretty ridiculous.
Uh huh.
And our former guest on the show, Alex, is not particularly fond of heights.
I
And
heard that.
dude, he was saying that he was literally like looking straight the whole time, like just like on the path. Like he didn't even like fuck around with like looking at it because it was like super high up and scary.
Really?
Dude, it was a pretty intense hike.
I don't remember it being that like it's not like a steep incline, is it?
At certain parts it is, dude, and it's also
Mm.
like pretty narrow.
Yeah. Um. Yeah. I have a funny story about it. I think that same hike, but yeah. I remember the walk up being like fine and all right, but I remember the way down being like miserable.
Really? Because dude, the way down was just like a long, like narrow path for us, or like a long, like wide path. It wasn't narrow at all, and it was like flat. It wasn't like rocky. It was like a road.
Um, well, so here's what happened with us is my dad and I were the only ones that like actually made it all the way up, or at least like up to a point where we wanted to get to, because like my siblings were being fucking complainers, and my mom got tired, and like we didn't have water, so they wanted to go back, but like I wanted to go up, and we went all that way to begin with, so um, we went up pretty far, and then my dad started to feel a little bit lightheaded, so we're like, we got to get down, but we're also like there's no way we're gonna be able to take the path down because like that was fucked up. So we went off terrain, off path, like just going down the side of the mountain, which we were able to do because I don't think it was that steep, which makes me think I wasn't on the same mountain as you. But we were crossing by some areas that were like rattlesnakes present, but
Hmm.
we didn't see any.
We saw that rattlesnakes present signs and shit.
Uh-huh.
Dude, our Uber driver when we first got there was like, you know, there's bears up there, right? He's like, you also know there's bobcats up there, right? And
Bobcat.
he also said, hey, you know that there's also some very pretty girls up there.
Oh,
He
yeah.
was really trying to let us know what we were gonna encounter up there.
Past the snakes and bobcats and bears, there's beautiful women waiting for you at the top of the mountain. Lovely.
That's literally how he was phrasing it, bro. That is literally how he was phrasing it. We saw one celebrity. One celebrity. Did you hear about who we saw?
No.
We saw Jeremy Fragrance. You know
Are you
him?
serious? Yeah.
We didn't get to like
No
talk
way.
to him or anything. We were just like sitting by the beach and we saw this guy walking through the sand in just a Speedo, a white Speedo. And he's, you know, the same build as Jeremy, kind of big and strong with the long blonde hair and a bun, just like walking to the water. And I like jokingly said like, "Oh, that's Jeremy Fragrance," because I was kind of doing that bit the whole time of like, "Oh, that's this person, that's that person."
Hmm.
But it actually was Jeremy that time when I did it.
Wow.
We got to confirm because like he posted like on his Insta with like in that same Speedo and like it was like the cloud. It was very like overcast when we were there. So,
Wow.
but LA is pretty cool. I was honestly quite enjoying the vibe. I really like find it endearing that like so many people are there like purely just to like pursue their dreams and stuff. And like I find that so awesome and like something that I would love to do. But I wouldn't want to live there for like a long time.
No. I honestly did not like LA very much. Um,
It's kind of got like a little bit of a trashy vibe, like in the streets and stuff.
really?
Yeah, I would say so. Like it's not very like clean or anything. And it's
Huh.
so different than New York in terms of like architecture and stuff.
For sure.
Like New York is like insane, like huge buildings and bustling streets, but like LA can be kind of chill and it's like not many skyscrapers or anything.
I just like I think with LA, you get all of like the bad parts of like a bullshit ass city without like much of the benefits. Um, I guess it also depends on if you're a big beach person because I don't really give a fuck about the beach, and like I know that's kind of a big deal to have nearby, but like you're still paying like unbelievably expensive prices to live there. Like you also don't get like the nice like public transportation in LA. You like pretty much need a car to get around, which fucking sucks.
Well,
And
yeah,
like
see, but they also have like all of those like electric stuff, and they have like a huge electric like e-bike game and
oh
e-scooter
yeah,
game. We were doing a bunch of that, like tons of like e-bikes and e-scooters, and just I really fucked with that.
that's good. Do they have like bike lanes and stuff, like good bike lanes.
Oh yeah, they had one like really good, like right on like the Venice Beach area that goes all
Oh,
the
that's
way to
cool.
the pier, like that iconic pier,
Yeah, I
Santa
mean,
Monica Pier.
yeah, that's the thing for me, dude. Is it's like the big like POIs is like the beach and like going to do shit like fucking
You're not
I
about
don't know.
it?
No, not really about it. Not really about it. Like I think it's really fun to be able to like take the fucking subway to like go see some like crazy like iconic shit in New York that's like fun to do and like the merit of it doesn't like solely rely on like a body of water. I guess I don't know.
Yeah, I could see what you mean with that. I could see what you mean with that.
Yeah, but and also it's like it's just so fun to just walk around here and like do bullshit. Like I feel like LA, it's like, oh, we need to like drive here to walk around in the fun area, you know?
Yeah, oh yeah, and the driving there sucks because you run into such crazy traffic and like every Uber ride is like it's not that far like in terms of miles, but like the Uber ride's gonna take an hour
Uh-huh.
just because you're gonna be sitting in
Oh,
traffic
dude, that one highway is so miserable.
in LA.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know
There's
if we fucked around with it.
there's one that's like 6 lane car like
Oh
traffic,
yeah,
but
we were on it
yeah,
for a very brief amount of time when we were coming back from the Hollywood sign.
yeah, that's brutal. How did you all decide like what to do? Like, did like Michael set the itinerary?
Yeah, it was for Michael's birthday, even though his birthday is next week, but it just had to be on that weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, he we didn't really want to have like I mean anybody else that was on the trip was not gonna like have like a certain thing that they wanted to do just because Michael kind of planned the trip, and so he was the one that was putting the plan in motion when we were out there.
Uh-huh. That makes sense. I mean, what? So he wanted to go see the beach. He wanted to go to the hike. He wanted to. I'm sure he had shit he wanted
Yeah,
to do.
he wanted to do the pier and stuff. He
Mm-hmm.
had a few food spots that he wanted to go to that we hit.
Were they good?
Yeah, I would say they were pretty good. I mean, it was nothing insane. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, In-N-Out is like one of those things. I think Michael got In-N-Out like four times
Yeah.
in 4 days, bro. But
What's your rating of In and Out?
dude, I put it at like a six or seven. Like, I don't
Yeah,
think it's anything crazy.
that was my impression too. I was actually so underwhelmed when I got In and Out. I was like, oh, it's just like a regular fast food
Yeah,
chain.
it's fast food, dude. I mean,
Yeah, like it's pretty yummy, but like, okay,
if it was around here, I'd get it, but like it's certainly nothing like insane.
you wouldn't get it every time. I'll tell you that much.
No, no, I would not.
You'd mix in a Culver's. You'd mix in a McDonald's for sure.
Mixing the Portillo's.
Uh huh. Yeah, I
Portillo's
mean,
is a classic.
Portillo's is one where it's like if you were visiting the Chicago area and you're like, oh, I gotta try Portillo's. I feel like that kind of like lives up to it because like it's a little bit unique. I think in terms of like its taste and how it's made and everything. Whereas like with In and Out, it's like okay, that's fun and everything, but it's really no different than like
It's a
fucking
goddamn cheeseburger, bro.
yeah,
But I do think it's good. I prefer
yeah.
Culver's burgers. I prefer Culver's burgers, I'll say it.
Dude, Culver's is so good.
It
Like
is. It's and
like
the cheese curds.
it's a little bit unfair because I honestly do think Culver's is like the yummiest fast food burger that you can get. I mean, is it like maybe probably the worst for you? Yeah, I mean, sure, but like,
Yeah. And it'll
I'm
make you
into
feel
it.
the worst.
Oh yeah,
The
but
butter
it is really
burger.
good. Yeah, and they have a pretty good veggie burger there, so I'll give them a shout out for that. I need to have actually a conversation about burger joints and their veggie burgers, but maybe I should save that. What do you think?
What is it gonna be a long thing? Why don't you just get it off?
Okay, so basically, um, I'm pretty sick of like the Beyond and Impossible Meat stuff at these like restaurants. Like most burger joints these days have like done a really great job of trying to include parts of their menu that non-meat eaters can enjoy because like I still fucking love a burger even though I don't eat meat. But like I don't want it to be imitation meat. I don't think imitation meat tastes very good, one, and it's also like full of like nonsense. Not to get into fucking nutrition argument. I'm sure everyone's fucking sick of that who fucking knows me, but like like why like you have the ability to make it out of fun stuff and like veggie burgers have been around for a long time out of like black bean and mushroom and shit and it's like not expensive to make and like they opt for like the more expensive bullshit imitation Beyond Meat which like I feel like I'm sure there are vegetarians out there who love the taste of meat, who think it's hype that you can still get like fake meat that tastes like pretty similar. And that's cool and all. But like, I feel like most people are kind of like okay with it, that like they're not eating like the meat taste. Like me personally, like I don't need to have it taste like meat. I'm totally fine with it tasting like black bean. Like I think it tastes good.
Wait, so the
And so like,
imitation, bro? Wait. The imitation is a different thing than like a veggie burger?
well, like I mean, it's a veggie burger, of course, but it's just like it's made out of like like it's just like processed soy with like artificial flavors to like make it taste like as close to meat as possible. It's like it's just got bullshit in it. It's
That's kind of
nonsense.
weird. I see what you're saying with that. I see what
But
you're
yeah,
saying with that.
it's like yeah, it tastes fine. Like it doesn't taste bad or anything. Like I would eat it. It's just like I would much prefer something to have a little bit like more like earthy taste to it that like is made out of real shit. And I'm telling you, bro, it's like 90% of burger joints around here that aren't like, specifically like hyping it up. Their veggie burger is beyond me, is impossible. And I just don't understand because it's more expensive. Like it literally is. Like you can get like a cheap black bean patty. Fuck, you can get one frozen for like a couple, like half a buck, dude. Like these things are not pricey, and
Well, like
like
how
they're
much more
fun.
would it even taste like actual meat though? Like, does it actually taste like meat?
You never had a Beyond Burger?
No.
It's pretty similar. It's like they've done a good job, bro. I can tip my hat to them.
But that
They've
is kind
done.
of weird though. Like, wouldn't a vegan or a vegetarian like want to not taste meat? Isn't that kind of like the whole point?
I mean, I think it goes both ways, right? I'm sure there's some people who are doing it for whatever reason, health or conscious, and they're like I love the taste of meat, but I can't bring myself to. Who like do enjoy it,
Okay, yeah.
and like it's fine, and I get that, but like you know, I just personally think that like black and burger tastes good, and like I don't know, like maybe even off like a fucking portobello burger, bro, like some mushroom crab shit, like mushroom a portobello mushroom crab. Those things are like legit, like 20 cents, like.
Wait, are
Um,
you like covering your mic right now?
Am I? No, I don't think so.
Oh, now
Do I
you're
sound
good.
bad?
Now you sound good. You sounded like
My
you were
mic,
like bubbled up for a second.
dude. Sometimes people are like, "Hey, dude, like you sound so quiet," and I don't know what to do because I'm doing everything I can to sound normal. But
Yeah, you got bubbled up there for a second.
yeah, shout out COVID.
Shout out
Um,
COVID, it sucks.
so you went to LA. I mean, anything else we should touch on about LA?
Not really.
How's the cuisine out there?
Dude, it was we didn't really try that many places. So we had this one place that apparently had a Michelin star that
Hmm.
I just got a pizza from it. And it was yeah, it was fucking good, dude. But I don't know. I'm kind of a weird person to please in terms of food. Like I'm usually just gonna get it done and be happy without like as
Yeah,
long as it doesn't like repulse me, I'm not gonna like be a baby about it.
yeah. You're not like you don't find much pleasure in the spoils of eating fancy food, do you?
No, I'm not a foodie. I'm not a foodie
Yeah,
at all.
yeah.
And then I came back and it was my birthday on Monday. So now I'm 24. I'm old like you now.
How was your birthday?
Dude, it was fun. I just like went home, chilled with the family. So it was
Were
just
you
a
sick
very
at this point?
casual. No, I was thankfully not sick on my birthday, which was Monday, but then I got sick the following day on Tuesday.
Mm.
And you also took a trip, right? Do you want to talk about your trip? I think it's
Oh
quite
no.
funny. I think
Nope.
it's quite funny where you went though.
Yeah, I went to we took a drive up to Connecticut.
God damn it, dude.
Funny enough. Yeah,
God
so
damn it, bro.
let me talk about Connecticut a little bit. So basically, we were there. I don't know, Allison, how much can I talk about our Connecticut endeavors? Like, is it sensitive information?
Yes, it is.
So I shouldn't talk about it?
You can just say generally while we were there.
Okay.
I
Um,
wouldn't say names.
all right. So basically, we were going there because Allison is working closely with this professor, and her parents passed away, and so she had to go up there, and her mother was like a fucking like she wrote a lot of books on important topics about medieval history, and so she was like widely renowned. And so before she passed, she paid the University of well, I guess I shouldn't say details, but she paid the university a lot of money to like archive all of her stuff. So basically, we had to go through all of this person's stuff and sort through what is like worth archiving, what's junk, and what is like personal items that we're going to keep. So
Dang.
this person had a habit of printing out everything they've ever done in their life. Every single email that they'd ever written, printed. Every single like personal note, like diary entry almost, printed. Every single anything like this woman had like file cabinets full of just like papers to sort through. It was crazy. So
Holy shit.
we were there for that. So that's what we were doing. That's not really I guess I shouldn't really get into it too much exactly what that was all about, but that was funny in its own right. But basically, the funny part for this is talking about Connecticut, which um I don't my perception of Connecticut, I would say, did not really change from my trip. The state is a joke to in a lot of ways. Like we went up to this place. We went to this like rural town that was 2 hours away from New York City. So, you know, very spaced out. Very it's in nature. The nature is fine. But there's not a whole lot to do there. We were staying in this town, and we actually had to keep driving to this other town that was like a 10-minute drive away because there was literally like nothing in our town. Like we couldn't like eat anywhere. We couldn't get anything. So it was that kind of deal where like you got a couple small towns like in like a 20-mile radius, and like you got to bounce between them to get to different stuff because like not every town has like what you need. So yeah, I mean it's bullshit. Like half of it didn't have internet reception. Like Connecticut as a state like feels misplaced geographically. Like they need to like pick up Connecticut and move it over to like the western area of the country by like Montana and shit because like there's just no reason for it to be there. There's no reason. It's just like not. It's not a northeastern state. It sucks. You
Dude,
know.
I want to like go to Connecticut now. I want to just like see it.
There's nothing to see. Like there's nothing to do there, bro. I'm telling you. Like go on fucking like Street View and like take a little drive through Connecticut. What?
There's nature to admire.
There's nature. There's like trees. That's not nature.
Is it nice? Is it like are the houses nice and stuff like that?
Buildings.
Well, we were at this nice house because this woman was very well off. So like that they had a nice house, but like inside the house it was like ridden with flies and like dead fucking bugs, so like that wasn't very fun to see. I mean like it's nice, but it's also like the vibe where you don't go there if you like care about seeing people or doing anything. Like you have that house there in Connecticut if you want to like be in the woods by yourself and like read a book next to your fireplace, like there's fuck all out there,
Oh
bro.
no, that's terrible.
Oh, fuck me. Maybe I would want to do that in the fucking city where I have a fireplace anyway. Like,
No.
yeah, it sucks. It's objectively
Is
terrible.
Allison a Connecticut fan over there?
I don't know. I think she's just trying to push back for the sake of it. Like, are you actually like pro Connecticut?
Yeah.
I'm con Connecticut. I'm con etiquette.
She must be a Paige Beckers fan.
I'm a Paige Beckers fan. Doesn't
Well,
mean I
she's
fuck
in
with her.
Connecticut.
Where is Yukon in the state? Let me actually look that up. Where is Yukon? I swear to God, it tells me Connecticut. Oh, dude, Yukon is like basically in New York.
Is it?
Yeah, it's like hardly past the Bronx, bro. Hold on. Let me see how far of a drive it is from me
Wait,
to
so it's a cop out to say it's Connecticut, isn't it?
Oh, never mind. No, that was a different campus. No, UConn's deep in there. UConn's up by Hartford, past Hartford. Okay,
Oh, the
never.
Whalers.
That's not Connecticut, is it?
I think it is now.
The Hartford. I thought that was like a hockey team in Canada.
Maybe it is.
Hold on. Hartford Whalers.
Um,
Oh my God, they were in Connecticut.
yeah.
What the fuck? We had a hockey team in Connecticut?
Well, no wonder they're not around anymore, huh?
That actually just blew my mind. I thought Hartford was definitely somewhere in Canada.
Dude, one thing I will say about the Whalers, though, such sick unis and
Oh yeah,
jerseys
the
and
best.
color. Like, come on, dude. They
They are
killed
actually
it.
so fresh. They're so fresh.
When I was younger, and even another one I liked was the Nordiques, bro. I thought
Oh
the
yeah,
Nordiques were sick too.
I
But
can't believe
here
that.
we got about 10 minutes left in this first session here.
Okay.
And I think it's about time we go back into an email because
Okay,
we
sure.
got an email from our exemplary status emailer, Josh.
Yes, of
Subject
course.
line break question
Break.
mark. He said, "Bro, you on hiatus?" Followed it up with, "Bro, my Orioles suck. Your Phillies same." And then said, "Side man, Joker 2 was not good. Come on." And then, what is your favorite Halloween movie? Which is kind of fitting with the time period that we're in right now.
Uh-huh. Definitely. Why did we skip last week? I forget.
Well,
You were
see,
traveling.
yeah, it was just got kind of messy because you said that you might take a trip home.
Oh yeah.
And then I was like, okay,
I
well,
love
that'd be
that.
sweet. We'll do like a in-person episode. But then that didn't work. And then, yep, I had my trip. And then on top of that, I got very sick. So like, there's just like a bunch of like moving stuff. And then like
Yeah.
you had your Connecticut trip. So like, there was just like a lot of stuff going on that we couldn't really get a time down.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
And yeah, dude, my Phillies suck, bro. Like, I don't know. Like, I didn't even really watch much of it. But honestly, if you were to ask me if I thought the Phillies were going to win it all before the playoffs started, I would have told you no way in hell they would have done it. So.
um, scale of 1 to 10, how torn up are you about the Phillies losing?
It's fucking two or three.
I wonder how Josh would answer that for his O's.
For Zoes, dude.
Yeah. I mean,
Well,
both y'all had some expectations for sure. I think the Phillies were like, I don't know if they were favored out of the NL, but
I mean
they're
they had a good regular season.
who bounced in the Padres?
The Mets.
Oh, that's right.
The Mets, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, I think what I remember is that like y'all's bullpen just like could not get it done, which was
Also, I
supposed
just
to
feel
be.
like we're supposed to be like a hitting team and like we just don't hit that much.
Yeah,
Like I don't know, it's kind of weird. Streaky hitting.
I gotta say, bro, like when we get into postseason baseball, it's just like unfair for the sport because like other sports have started that are way cooler in like every single way,
Yeah,
and
oh my
like
gosh, yes.
I'm watching regular season like Eagles. I'm watching regular season Flyers over postseason baseball. I damn near would almost rather watch preseason Sixers than
I
postseason
think I
Phillies.
might have watched a preseason Sixers like in over a goddamn Phillies match, dude.
Yeah, I mean it is what it is. It's like baseball is great and everything, but fuck, man.
It's definitely on. It's for the four major sports in Philly. Like it's easily four for me. Like very easily.
Yeah, I feel like that's most people's take. Well, I'm no, most people probably bury hockey. Don't you think?
Yeah, I would say hockey. I mean, I grew up as a hockey player though, so it's just like so different
Yeah,
for me. I just
I
love the
think you're.
Flyers.
How do you think your median Philadelphian would rank them?
I usually hear people say it's a Birds town, so
For sure.
it'd probably
Eagles
be
won.
Eagles one, and then I'd say it'd probably go a lot of I don't know. Phillies are kind of popular out there. People seem to ride for them quite a bit. I think Philly's also like, and probably most sports cities are this way, where whatever team is just like supposed to be good or like has a lot of expectations is going to be up there. So I think like lately Sixers would be two, or maybe even Phillies two, and then Flyers four for sure. Like for like the average Philly fan.
Yeah. Am I crazy to say I think that in Chicago the Hawks get the bump over the definitely the White Sox? I would say it goes Bears, Cubs, Hawks, Bulls, Sox. Is that insane?
That sounds right to me. That's probably how I'd rank it. I mean, maybe the Hawks or the
Like
Bulls. I mean, I
Bulls
think
or
that
Hawks?
if the
I don't think the
Bulls were
Bulls are that
really good
hype.
though, but if the
Oh
Bulls were
yeah,
good,
yeah,
bro, I
yeah,
feel
yeah.
like it's the same kind of thing with Philly. Like I think people would
Yeah.
love the Bulls because like
When
Jordan
yeah,
really did a number on that town.
when D Rose was hyped, there were a lot of Bulls people. So
I think Bull and even Hawks, dude, because like I feel like the Hawks fandom is like kind of rabid.
yeah, dude, there's Hawks kind of they have a little bit of a corner, for sure. Do you feel any kind of like do you feel like a Chicagoan whatsoever? Like if you were in a random city, like at a different part in your life, like say you're like visiting California and somebody was like shit talking Chicago, would you feel a little bit like, hey, like that's my city or no?
No, no,
Would you
dude.
would feel that way if it was Philly?
Yeah, if they were talking shit about Philly, I'd be like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Really?
Well, I don't root for Chicago teams. That's the thing.
Not even necessarily like sports wise though, you know?
Like making fun of the city.
Yeah, just
Oh,
like Chicago.
definitely. I have like Chicago pride in that sense. Like Illinois,
Okay.
like I do enjoy living here and I think it's like nice.
Yeah.
Like if somebody were to make fun of Chicago and be like, "Oh, it's such a shitty city. It's overrated." I'd be like, "Oh, well, dude, have you seen whatever."
What would you say? What would you say? Like, oh, dude, the city's great. They have X.
I had such a meme answer. I was gonna say that one like museum where it's like optical illusions.
Oh God.
That bullshit where you pay
Yeah,
money to act like you're smaller next to your friend.
they have one of those here.
They probably have that everywhere.
I think it's like a chain. I don't know. Yeah, fuck that.
I don't know,
Also,
Chicago hotspot, dude. I'd say Navy Pier. That's pretty good.
I guess I never really enjoyed my time at Navy Pier that much though.
What else is good?
I liked my most fun that I've had in Chicago was going to like the West Loop and like trying some of the fun new restaurants and like
Yeah.
just, like, walking around. It's a fun area.
I honestly think like the nightlife's really good out there.
Yeah, catching the Cubby game in Wrigleyville. I'm not a huge Cubs guy, but that was fun.
Okay. Now that might actually be the best thing in Chicago, bro.
That
Like
was fun for sure.
that's like a universal thing, dude. I feel like the Wrigley experience is so lit. Wait, we better run it. Okay,
Yeah.
we got like 2 minutes here.
I also one last thing is I do think Chicago cuisine is like pretty top tier. I think you're getting good food like most
Agreed.
in Chicago.
There's a lot of like little shops and stuff like that are really yummy.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And then see what else Josh said here. Joker 2 was not good.
So I've heard.
That's what we've been hearing, dude. And we're actually a pretty big Joker friend group. Like, and we even go to like movies quite a bit, but we decided to skip out on Joker 2 after hearing all the reviews and everything. And
You're skipping it?
yeah, we haven't seen it. So, I
Yeah,
don't think like I surely don't think this week we're about to go see it or anything.
yeah,
I don't know, dude. I'll probably hit it when it comes out on like streaming platforms, but I'm not excited, dude.
yeah. I've heard nothing but just like the worst imaginable things. Like I don't know, and like I never heard like specific critique. All I hear is that it's just like bad. Which I mean, okay. I don't. I mean, I don't think I was like, planning on seeing it anyway. So oh well.
I
But
mean, it seems like most people are saying like it feels like a movie that wasn't supposed to be made and it wasn't. Like they literally made it just because Joker 1 was just so successful. So they're kind
oh,
of like forcing things out there.
but isn't it like a huge departure from what Joker One was?
Hmm.
Because like it's a musical and everything. Like
Yeah,
it
they
feels like
weren't
a whole.
supposed to make it, bro. And then he just like I don't know. And they even like I heard a lot of like the Harley Quinn stuff was kind of fucked up with like Lady Gaga. It
Oh
was
yeah,
just
I heard there was like
basically
a. Sorry, go ahead. I heard there was an insane scene where I heard what happened in the scene, and I'm like, there is no reason for that to be in Joker 2.
well, I don't know what you're referring to, but
We'll say I'll tell you during break.
well, yeah, let's go hit break and then we'll come up with another session for you guys. We'll be right back with Josh's questions. All right, guys, welcome back. We're gonna hit it with Josh's question. Any more on Joker 2? Any more? We discussed something during the break that was a little bit eye-opening that we should not repeat on the show.
You don't think
But
so?
we can like beat around the bush, but certain
Yeah,
words.
we could probably just fucking say fucking the movie sounds bad, sounds weird. Scenes are in it that I think are weird to have put in a Joker movie.
Yeah, what else did I hear? I heard this one thing about it where like that's such a spoiler. Such a spoiler. I was about to say the ending, but
Does he die?
he does, dude. Joker dies. Sorry, it's a spoiler. I'm very sorry, guys.
But you can never really kill Joker, can you?
Oh my God, wow. It's actually funny you fucking said that because Joaquin Phoenix gets killed in prison and then like the ending is like the guy that killed him is like carving in like the mouth of Joker, like carving his mouth to like do the Joker smile. So can you
That's
ever
so
kill the
fucking
Joker,
stupid.
bro? No. You're right, bro.
That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my entire
You
life.
are fucking right, bro. You cannot kill him. But Josh's last question was favorite Halloween movie. And so Josh, I do have an answer for you. I wouldn't say that this movie is like peak, but it's very fucking fond in my brain, and it is Hocus Pocus. Do you know Hocus Pocus, Shane? You don't know Hocus Pocus?
No. Can you see me shaking my head?
I know I had my screen open, so
Uh,
I didn't see your reaction to
yeah,
Hocus
no
Pocus.
Hocus Pocus for me.
I'm also finding out Hocus Pocus is a Disney film,
Oh,
but that's kind of a classic Halloween vibe, dude.
I don't even know what Hocus Pocus is about.
It's about some witches. It's like a little Halloween town, and they cast spells, and they're dastardly witches.
That's
And
pretty
honestly,
scary.
dude, if I watched this movie today, I'd probably say this is the worst movie of all time. Just looking at it, I'm remembering it.
So, what's it like? What's? Tell me about it.
Dude, so just off what I remember is like one guy ends up at the witch's cabin. He gets turned into a cat.
Uh-huh.
Um, and I remember as a kid, there is a scene where the cat, his name's Binks, and
Hmm.
he gets run over. And I was like, no, the cat got run over. But cats have 9 lives, so the cat was fine.
Okay.
That's about all I remember.
What's like the general like?
The witches are just trying to like fuck up Halloween and like take over the town.
Uh-huh.
And then like the kids are trying to stop them from doing that. And I think they're also trying to like turn the cat back into the human.
Why are the witches anti-Halloween?
That's an excellent question, dude. I might have to like watch Hocus Pocus again, dude, because I don't remember shit about it.
I feel like the witches like that's kind of like their thing is Halloween, you know? Like
I also remember them like going to like there was like a school dance where like you have to be in costume and they're dead ass witches in like witch costumes, but like they're at the dance and everybody's just like, oh, those are like really good costumes. So, and I'm also seeing there's Hocus Pocus too, bro. When will these fucking companies stop with making new movies, bro?
maybe you should watch Hocus Pocus too. Maybe you get a lot out of it.
I also think of Haunted Mansion, but it's not really Halloween, but it's just like on spooky ghost vibes. But that's another like kid Disney movie.
I've seen Haunted Mansion. I actually, oh no. I've seen Monster House. That's what I'm thinking of.
Oh my God.
I was a big
Monster
Monster
House,
House fan.
bro. That shit scared me when I was a kid.
Really, I liked it quite a bit.
It freaked me out a bit because they had that like old guy that was like so weaselly and mean.
Oh yeah, he was a Weasler, bro.
Let me look up popular Halloween movies because like I feel like all these movies that we're listing are not like good.
You
Like
don't
what's
think
it?
Monster House is good?
I don't remember it, but see like Halloween, the movie Halloween, like I no. Oh my God, Five Nights at Freddy's, come on.
That's not a Halloween movie.
I think like they're just thinking it's kind of scary or supposed to be at least.
Well, can I hit you with a couple real quick?
Yeah, what's some ones that you fucked with?
Well, my favorite Halloween media, and it's not a movie, so I'm not sure if it counts, but I'm dude Over the Garden Wall. Like that's Halloween for sure, and it's so fucking good.
I did enjoy that when I was watching that.
But can we say that's a movie? No, I guess not.
See, like all these Halloween movies, I don't know, man. Nightmare Before Christmas is a good shout. I'd say that's probably pretty. I mean, also you're a Coraline fan, dude. I feel like Coraline,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
like that's probably a pretty good
that's a
Halloween movie.
Halloween movie. Yeah, that's probably peak. Okay, I'll go Coraline 1. If you count Over the Garden Wall, I'll go Over the Garden Wall 2. And there is something very nostalgic about the Charlie Brown Great Pumpkin Patch, whatever the fuck. I
Oh
love
yeah.
that's a great one to throw on, dude.
And then they had that classic song, The Great Pumpkin Waltz, like
Yeah,
such a
dude,
classic.
whoever was playing the piano in those movies was just cooking with something else,
I
bro.
think his name's Vince. So
Okay.
+1 for Vince's.
Yeah, pop off, bro. Yeah, dude, fucking
Are you a Halloween guy in general? Do you like enjoy the holiday?
yeah, I mean, sure, it's fine. I mean, I think it's a little gimmicky like when you're our age, but like, whatever.
Do
I think
you
if you're
get trick-or-treaters at your house?
no, we're not going to.
No.
No, definitely not.
I was kind
Um,
of excited last year because it was the first time I moved out. And I was like, man, we're in a good area. We might get a lot of trick-or-treaters. Didn't get one, bro. I was sitting there, got off work. I'm like, hell yeah. I had a bag of candy. Not a single trick-or-treater.
yeah.
It was kind of heartbreaking.
I think anybody who lives in an apartment, even if it is like a house, I feel like you're not going to get anybody. And
Yeah, we're
like,
not a very knockable door, I guess, when you think
no,
about
no,
it.
no. And like, if you're like a working man, like Halloween is like any other fucking day, dude. Like,
Oh my, yeah, come on, give us off for Halloween, please. What day
I
is it
just,
on? Thursday. Give us off on that Thursday.
yeah, I just think it's like, it's fun to like go out and like get in a costume and stuff. That's always fun. I feel like I've never been a huge like go to a pumpkin patch guy. I think that's kind of fucking lame, to be honest. But
The a few of the boys have been trying to do some pumpkin patch stuff.
yeah, I don't know. I don't really get the hype. Like,
I
it's
like it so I
cool.
can buy some apple cider donuts.
Yeah, that's always fun. But like, yeah, you don't gotta go to a fucking pumpkin patch for
Well, in
that.
our town too, we do the Scarecrow Festival, and like unfortunately, I
Fun.
was in LA when that happened, but I do love
Oh,
that where you just can
yeah,
like walk around the town. There's a bunch of different scarecrows. People get creative.
yeah,
All
that's
of, like the
cool.
street vendors. I do love the Scarecrow Festival in my town.
Definitely. Um,
There's not too much
but
else to talk about here today. Do you have anything? I got about one topic I could get into.
I have so much. I feel like.
You do?
Well, I can't think of anything, but I feel like I had a lot to discuss. We just got a lot to go over, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
It has been a while.
what
Well, my
what
topic was I wanted to get into talk about a little bit of the basketball league I joined because we had our first
Oh
game.
yeah, 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 yeah.
So we had our first game. It's just a bunch of us guys, and we got blown out. We lost it by about 30 points in our home opener. Well, it's not technically home in a way, but we got blown out. It was really fun though. And we have a game coming up on Tuesday. I'm hoping to like not feel awful coming
Uh-huh.
off this sickness.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, dude, I mean, I really like the basketball league. It was like pretty fun.
Yeah, so what do you think went wrong in that first game?
I think what went wrong was, dude, they were getting so many easy transition buckets where like we miss a shot or we make a shot and like it's just like quick outs for them and they're like getting buckets like with nobody contesting.
So is that an effort thing, a coaching thing?
I think that was a stamina thing. Like I think that was mainly a stamina thing. And they were
Yeah.
also like full court pressing at times. Like dude, they
Really?
were up by like 20 and they were like full court pressing us.
That's annoying.
Dude, ridiculous. You inbound the ball and you got somebody like right on your back. You got to like protect it and dribble up the whole court.
Ugh. Really?
Hmm. And
Dude,
they were like complaining so much, bro. Like we're in a rec basketball league and they're complaining about fouls and travels and this and that and this and that. It's like y'all need to fucking chill. And dude, we have a rematch with them. Our second game is also against them.
no
So
way.
yeah, so we're gonna get to hopefully have revenge this Tuesday.
Oh, I hope, bro. They sound like babies.
They are, dude. They really are. I got this block on a kid and we took it the other way and he literally was sitting there like bitching to the ref, walking up with him, like walking up the court bitching about how it was a foul. And the ref's like, dude, it wasn't a foul. Like that was a weak layup. That's what he told him.
Damn.
Yeah, because they were, but the refs were getting pressed by by this team, dude. Like,
Were they giving them the calls or the refs just like, dude, like,
no, not really. Like, they got way more calls than us though, but I think that was just because they were bitching.
yeah. That's annoying, bro. That is not the spirit of rec basketball.
No, dude, it was not. It was not. But yeah, I'm really hoping we get a revenge game.
Well, I guess now that I think about it, I guess that is why you join a rec basketball league if you're a real fucking hoity-toity serious guy about it, you know? Because if somebody was doing like at the park, I'd be like, bro, go join a fucking league. So I guess they did
Yeah,
do
I
that.
guess, yeah, when you say it like that.
I guess that's their only option to play like that, but that's still so annoying. Well, like they need to. Well, yeah, never mind. But there's like a skill tier of like different rec leagues you can join, right? And like they're not in like the good one, right?
I mean, we're in the most competitive league that this particular league offers.
Yeah, but like fucking Patrick's league, I'm sure is like
Oh
more
my
competitive.
gosh. We would get dusted in that league.
Would Patrick's team have fucked them up?
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah. Then they should be in that league then. If they're gonna fucking complain and play like that, like
They
that's
would
just
get, dude, they would get rinsed in that league.
well. So what's the point of playing like a bunch of like fucking like kids who's like are just trying to have fun like in an organized way and like complain about fouls like
Oh yeah, dude. And a bunch of our teammates have, they're ready to go. Like they're mad
yeah.
at this team. They're saying that they're gonna
Yes.
they're gonna talk shit now.
Was nobody talking shit last time?
No, they were just
Really?
talking shit to us.
What? Y'all are just taking it?
Yeah, we were just taking it, getting freaking slammed. I was about to say dunked on, but they have no prayer of dunking. But
You guys gotta show them up for sure.
I know, dude. But I was so excited because over the LA trip, like I was getting a lot of steps in, a lot of exercise. I was like, okay, my stamina is gonna be so much better. But then I got hit with the COVID, bro. So now I feel like
Yeah.
I'm gonna be cooked. And my roommate is on the team. I feel like he's gonna be cooked. Like
You're gonna have to be on a minutes restriction for sure.
I know. But we did pick up somebody. We picked up Gino, a person who's actually emailed us quite a bit. So we picked Gino up.
Just do you know good at ball?
I've never seen the kid play in my life.
Oh my god,
I'm
that's
hoping he
great.
can be at least a little bit like Luca.
So what is he like just like a drop in or how does that work?
Yeah, I just told him we need because well, originally Alex wasn't even supposed to be able to make it because he had a trip, but
Uh,
it got canceled because of the COVID.
uh,
So he is still gonna be there, but Gino's just gonna come anyways, just because I'm sure we're gonna need the extra legs.
for sure. Oh,
Dude,
that's
there's
nice.
there was one point in the game where I was like literally battling like not throwing up because I ate like a big meal before and like I was
Oh,
just so tired, bro. So
yeah.
tired. And it was like towards the end of the game, like 4 or 5 minutes left, and TB goes to sub me out and I'm like, "You sure? You sure?" While I'm sitting on the bench, he's like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah, come on." And I was like, "Fuck, dude." But that is actually the only point that I scored in the game in those last 5 minutes. I hit a three to cut the lead to 28.
Nice.
Yep.
Classic Chris Paul moment.
Yeah, Chris Paul. I had a Chris Paul moment.
Dude, you guys need to win. Now I'm pretty invested. I hate these guys. Find out where
Dude,
they like live and work and shit.
uh, I do know roughly Lombard.
Mm,
Are you a Lombard fan?
honestly, I'm not sure I've ever had business in Lombard.
I did do some lax out there when I was younger.
Okay. Well,
So that's
yeah,
basketball.
yeah, you're gonna get them next time. I mean, I don't even know if it's as much as stamina. It's just like whenever like you guys are chucking up a shot, somebody should probably just like be backpedaling, right?
Hmm. And like I got a lot of good looks, but my efficiency was just like terrible. I was like one of like eight, I think. I missed like
Yeah.
four threes, like four floaters.
What was working? Like, was Beffy scoring down low?
What was working, dude?
Yeah.
Krita was working. He was hitting threes, layups.
Nice.
Kane was pretty effective.
Uh-huh. So everybody we don't usually play with.
Yeah, everybody we don't usually play with was pretty effective.
Oh no.
I think the mailman got shut out.
Oh.
I think Big Scott got shut out.
Uh,
He
Alex had to hit a couple threes, right?
had two threes, two threes.
Nice.
He was two of three.
Okay.
And honestly, his third one was like halfway down, in and out.
Uh, okay. Yeah, dude, he's honestly such a weapon, I feel like.
He is, dude, and he's lethal on defense because he pulls out like if he's rotating to like cover a three, like he'll scream. You ever see people
Yeah,
he'll be like screaming right before they shoot it. And it was effective.
that's awesome.
Dude, like right before the half, we I was on the bench and like just like getting like a lot of energy on the bench with the boys
Hmm.
and they brought it within 10. So like it felt like it
Oh,
was because like they were getting like steals playing D. But
uh-huh,
dude, just like being in that mode of like getting back on D, getting steals, hitting threes, and like playing good offense, like dude, that tires you out so much.
for sure.
So like it was just like unsustainable.
Is it a full length court?
Full length.
Mm.
Not it was not a full length game. It was two 22-minute halves. And the first half was
Oh,
running, But then the second half, if the team is up by a lot, then it's running. But if it's close, it's not. I think it's
Okay.
like by 13. If they're up by 13, then it's running clock.
Well, do they stop it for like free throws?
No,
Oh shit.
or like substitutions or anything like that.
That's kind of bullshit.
Yeah, it kind of is, but I mean, if you're down by that much, I mean, it kind of was nice just to like get that game going.
Yeah, sure. That's a lot of fucking playing, dude. 22 minutes.
Yeah, it is, dude. You got to be subbing a lot, keeping the legs fresh. But yeah, dude, I mean, it was fun. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna join a floorball league out here, street ball league out here,
Yeah,
hockey.
did you connect with that guy?
No, but they're not playing. I don't think until next season at this point. So I'm gonna have to get my submission in. But I need to get some street hockey gear. I'll probably need a new stick.
Stick,
Need
gloves.
yeah.
That's
But I
about
mean,
it though, right?
yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna wear a fucking helmet. That's ridiculous.
You say it's not like on rollerblades either, right? It's just like on feet.
No, I think they do. No, yeah, it's on feet. Yeah, just feet.
Would you
Which
prefer rollerblades?
no, I wouldn't. I rollerblades are fun. I've never really been like a very nimble rollerblader. Like I can do it, but like
It doesn't
uh,
exactly correlate to ice skating.
no, it doesn't. It's just like rollerblading just like isn't really like a thing. Well, I don't know.
In
It's
Venice it was, I'll tell you that much.
really
There's a rollerblade like freaking gang out there.
Jesus. Yeah, it just doesn't really translate that well, you know? Like
No,
what
it's
the
much
fuck?
different.
I just think like in general, it's like a mode to get around as like a human with two legs, like you know, and feet. Like rollerblading, like okay, like hills are gonna suck. Like stopping and like having to stop on a dime is like pretty much impossible. Like
Oh yeah.
it's just like really difficult and like not fun. But like I mean, it's fine. I think like if you're gonna like go to like a rollerblading like indoor area, that's cool. That's fun. That's a good time. But if you're gonna like rollerblade outside, especially like playing hockey on rollerblades, like what the fuck?
Yeah, like the when we were in New York and there was that bar over by Luca's house, like the
Uh,
rollerblading bar, that I'd be
I would
down
do
for
that for
some
sure.
get some drinks and just
I'm surprised
rollerblade,
they let you fucking like rollerblade drunk. They probably get a lot of people fucking getting hurt.
falling. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Well, they got you signing that waiver before you even
yeah.
walk in the building.
I wonder if there's anything to it besides just skate around.
That's probably about it.
That's kind of lame.
Well, opposed to just like a normal bar where you just drink and stand.
True. Yeah, now that you mentioned that part, dude, I was at a bagel shop this morning, and it was like a big ass line, but like it was moving, but like it was kind of weird. So like you walk into the restaurant, and then like at the very back of the restaurant, you curl back around, and then you get to like the front counter, and like they're walking through the line, like taking your orders as you go, and like grabbing like a little note. So like you're essentially like you wait in line, they come up to you while you're in line, they get your order, and then like you just pretty much wait to pay and get your food. And so we curled around. We're kind of approaching the counter, and this guy with the thickest Australian accent I've ever heard in person starts talking to me, and he's like real frazzled, and he's like mumbling, dude, talking so fast, and like he said something to me. I'm like, what? He
A
said it like
worker or a customer?
a customer. Like I'm in line on the other side. He's like something about like, you know, I said, you're in line, in line, in line, in line, in line, you pay for the line. He's like pointing to like my sheet that I have. I'm like, what, dude? He gets like pissed at me. He's like, almost like flippantly, like, I'm like,
Wait, so
yes,
he wasn't understanding the how the bagel shop
no,
worked?
no, not at all. He thought that like we were all just like waiting in line for fun. I think because he was expecting to just be able to like go up and pay. Like, bro, like, what do you think we're doing here? You fucking freak! Like, we're fucking like
Dude,
all waiting in line together.
keep those
Asshole.
Australians fucking away, man.
Yeah, dude, he's a dumbass. So yeah, I don't
Well,
know.
anything else notable you want to share? I
Um,
know you had your girlfriend's birthday. Did you have a fun day for that?
no, um,
Nothing fun with that. Damn.
Can you hear Vince?
What?
Did you hear what he asked?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, we had. What did we do? Oh yeah, we had fun.
I saw you drinking like champagne on your roof.
Yeah, we're drinking champagne on the roof. This is my life now.
Wow.
Um, yeah, I will shout out my girlfriend because she's the one who drove us to Connecticut, and she did a very good job driving in some very sticky situations. I think I think our skills are inverse. She's very good at navigating the city traffic. She's really bad at driving on the open road. I'm really bad at navigating the city traffic because I get stressed out really easily. But I am good at driving on the railroad where you can drive whatever speed you want. She's like driving like 10 under and shit, and it's like
That's not true.
it is true.
Did y'all
Or
have to rent
like,
a car?
yeah,
Where'd you go with? Hertz?
Avis.
Avis, man. Avis.
Dude, it's so funny. So we came back actually a day early, and like the rent a car was paid for by her professor. So like we get back to the rent a car place, and I'm not, we didn't like call ahead. I'm just like hoping they're gonna take the car like a day early because we don't want it anymore. And so I go to the counter and I'm like, hey, like, we're here a day early. He looks at me and he's like, I'm very sorry. He's like, since this is prepaid, you're not getting a refund for the last day. I'm like, oh, I don't care.
Yeah,
He
it's
was
not
like,
your money.
he was really confused about why I did not care. Like before I left, he wrote down like the number for Avis or something. He's like, call this number and try to get a refund. I'm like, okay.
But yeah, you were impressed because you didn't pay for it.
Yeah, no, I don't give a fuck. Like they're very well off. They have a fucking like Manhattan like mansion. They've got this mansion in Connecticut. They got a place in Colorado and Kentucky and Paris. Like they're fine. So
Yeah, they don't need to worry about the Avis fucking
no, I'm
last
not
day
worried.
getting that money back.
They are not worried whatsoever.
Did you have to like fill up the tank before
Yes, we
you brought it
did.
back?
We did, but we're probably gonna find a way to comp that.
Oh, because that was out of your own pocket.
Yeah.
Damn,
But
dude.
we should have just driven it back without filling it and like have them like give us a fee for it because like,
Yeah, keep it
right.
all onto the people that rented the car.
Yeah, I mean literally probably would have made more sense, but oh well. But yeah, dude, fucking driving around here sucks. I would never want to do it. Having a car here would be miserable.
Oh
I talk to
yeah.
people who are like big car heads where they're like, "Oh, I can't imagine not having my car." And it's like,
In New York?
yeah, but it's like there's nothing to drive for, you know? Like you get places here faster by like taking the train. Like you load it takes longer to drive, you know?
Yeah, it's probably cheaper too.
Oh, well, landslide. Yeah, I mean, it'd be miserable. I don't have that like feeling of like, oh, I need my car or else I'd feel trapped, you know? Like
You
where
don't
do you
need
gotta
it.
go? Where do you gotta go so bad, you know?
You don't need it, bro. You don't have any like commute to work or anything.
No. Yeah, dude, motherfuckers just like love the car for no reason, I guess. I don't know.
I've
Like
never been a
driving.
car head, dude.
No, I don't like driving. I don't like fucking having to like travel places. My body feels like I feel like I make a subconscious connection to like the ground beneath me, every day. And so then when I'm like too far away from like what I established as like my camp for the day, my body starts to like have physical sensations of like this isn't quite right. Like you need to kind of like stay in one area here,
Yeah,
because it's a lot. It's a lot,
I see what you're saying with that. I see what you're
dude.
saying.
I maybe this isn't a good podcast topic. Never mind.
Well, I don't really have too many more topics. I watched two movies yesterday that I guess I could talk about.
Okay, what are they?
I watched American Psycho
Uh
and Bone Tomahawk.
huh. Oh yeah.
And bro, Bone Tomahawk is fucked up, man.
Is
If
this
any
the
of
guy
you
who
guys have
killed
ever
himself?
seen that shit, it's so intense and like so gripping. Oh my gosh. But see, I'm a kind of a sucker for Westerns. I really enjoyed like that old like grimy fucking vibe, dude. I
Yeah.
find I find it so emerging.
Yes.
And dude, it was just so fucked up. Like I'll give you like the main premise. So there is a guy that drifted into town. They call him a drifter. He's just like a stranger. And like it's
Okay.
this very small town of like 280 people in like the 1800s.
Yeah.
and they had like major suspicion on him of like wrongdoing or whatever. So like the sheriff kind of pressed him and ended
Mm.
up shooting him in the leg because he tried to like escape and run. And so
Oh
then they bring
God.
in this nurse, the town nurse, to like fix the guy. But then the Indians raid the town and they take the guys and they bring them back to like the Indian reservation. And so now the town folks like, fuck, dude. Like they took like our nurse, they took our one of our deputies, and they took like the prisoner. And like
Hmm.
so the whole movie is then a few people in the town, like they create a squad of four that goes and on this long ass journey to save the people that got taken by the Indians.
Okay.
And dude, it's just so intense, bro. Like it's fucked up. I
How
actually I highly recommend it though. It's pretty good.
really? What when's oh yeah, you said last night it was like 2008,
15.
15. Yeah, it sounds pretty interesting. Um I haven't seen like a whole lot of westerns, maybe like ever. So
I mean, what do you think about like gore and stuff like that? Does that bother you?
I'm okay with it. I mean, and nothing like over the top crazy. Like I can handle what was a gory movie I watched? I feel like I watched it recently, but now I can't think of it.
Because
Yeah, I can handle it.
there's some very jarring gore on screen, I must say,
Mm.
like very jarring.
I'm not like the best with it, but it doesn't bother me too much. So
It had to be some of the most like insane shit I've seen on screen, like quite
mhm.
honestly.
Okay, well maybe it would bother me then.
Yeah, like it was like, oh, I was in my bed last night watching the first hour of it, and I was like, oh, turned it off. I was like, fuck this.
What made you flip that on?
My therapist recommended it to me a while ago
Jesus,
because I
are
just
they
told her I fuck with westerns.
are they doing okay?
I just told her I fuck with westerns, and she was like, "Oh, I recently watched Bone Tomahawk." And
Yeah.
I'm like,
Okay.
all right, added
How
it to
much?
the list.
How much are you paying her, huh? What kind of movies do you like? Mm-mm. That's not good therapy, bro.
No, and I no longer, meet with her.
Oh, you're done with her?
Yeah, I've been out of therapy for like a few weeks now.
Oh wow, how do you feel?
I feel good, dude. I mean, it was starting to get to a point where, and I felt like this always happens with therapy, where it comes to, I had it every single week. Every single Monday I had therapy for like a
Hmm.
few months. And like it got to a point where it's like on Mondays I didn't have shit to talk about. And so like I felt like I was like digging deep to like find issues and like
Hmm.
make issues out of things that like aren't really there.
Yeah,
And then like you also run into this trap where like you disconnect for a week, and then so like the things that you were talking about the week before are like going to be present in their mind still. So like there could be something that like you found annoying and that you shared, and then you got completely over it in that week time, but then they're bringing it back up. And it's like I feel like I hated that dynamic of like, oh, I'm looking for things to be wrong, and also like there's this thing that was wrong that like now I have to dive into that again. And like I just felt like that was starting to become like toxic and like making me more stressed than like I was.
yeah,
So I feel pretty
that
good
makes
like
sense.
being away from it.
Yeah, I no, I completely agree. I don't want to smear her name though, because I think you did like that therapist, right?
Yeah, she was great. She gave me a lot of like great tips and pointers and stuff and some
Uh-huh.
good recommendations on like strategies that like I still implement. But
Yeah,
yeah, it was just getting to a point where like I didn't have shit to talk about.
yeah. No, I used to always call it. I would always just call it therapy day whenever I had therapies. I think I had
Uh-huh, that's a classic.
Wednesdays, because yeah, it like unironically, especially like if you're dealing with like some anxiety, like that's gonna impact your day. I feel like
It's like,
when
oh,
you,
let's
when,
dive into that anxiety and like
yeah,
flesh it out. And it's like, oh my gosh, sometimes you just don't need to do that.
yeah, when you're forced to like really bring it to the forefront, like man, I remember my like I had a routine that summer when I was going to therapy when I was extremely anxious about how like I would wake up, either go for a bike ride before and like think about all the things I'm about to say, or wake up and do therapy and then take a bike ride and just think about all the things I talked about after, and it would just like consume everything. It
Yeah,
was like,
dude, that's kind of like a toxic thing, I feel.
I mean, I don't know if I would label it as toxic or non-toxic because like at some point you do have to like be comfortable with like having those things come to the
Totally. You have to
forefront.
confront that stuff. You do, but like I don't know, dude. Like when you're feeling like kind of okay with things, and then like all of a sudden it's just like, oh, how about that one thing that you mentioned to me like this many weeks ago that like was bothering you? It's like, oh, now that thing's like back in your head, and it's like,
Yeah, I always I kind of struggle with like how much and how appropriate it is to like kind of repress or like shush things out that come up that you like that would bother you, you know? Because like I've like gotten pretty accustomed to doing that when it comes to stressful things, and I'm starting to joke about how like I'm really worried about like if like when slash if like some bad stuff's going to happen in my life, how I'm going to deal with it because like for the last like bit of stretch of time here, I've gotten very good at just like, you know, hushing bad, thoughts
like
out of
bottling
my
it.
head. Not necessarily even bottling it, but just like casting it aside, I suppose. Which
Yeah.
I think there's a difference maybe between like bottling something and like being able to like filter it out when it should be, you know?
There is a
'Cause,
difference
like
because if you're bottling it, it's still there.
yeah. I don't know. I wouldn't say that like I don't get hampered with like thoughts, like the similar thoughts, but like I guess in my case it's probably fine because like a lot of the thoughts that bother me are irrational thoughts that like are pretty much just the result of my anxiety. So like maybe it's fine that I'm like pretty avoidant of that, but I haven't really, attempted to, well, I don't know how I want to phrase this. I'm gonna like bother myself if I get too into
But there is like an issue in
it.
my life, like specifically where like I kind of need to like give less thought to certain bad thoughts. Like I would I would just kind of be irrational. Like I would take things personally that aren't like actual issues or like make issues out of things that there's no issues present. And I think that's the kind of issue with it where it's like I should be pushing. I need to learn how to push these aside and not confront every little thing. And like that was kind of where it was getting like hazy for me because it's
Yeah,
like my goal was kind of to like push those thoughts away, but now like the therapy sessions were turning into like, oh, let's like bring every single like issue I've ever had like to the forefront and like tackle it. And like
yeah,
that was where the issue was kind of like arising for me.
yeah. I also just I think a good like representation or example of kind of like that internal struggle is like a lot of techniques that you'll get from therapists and like what's generally accepted as like a good way to manage it is like when you have pervasive persistent anxious thoughts is to like either journal them or like note them down somehow and like not deal with them directly in the moment and then come back to them later. And then what you'll find most times is that when you come back to them later, you don't because like you don't really care about them anymore because
Hmm.
that's kind of all they are. And like that's maybe rather than being avoidant of everything, that's what I'm subconsciously doing is just like because I always think about it as like, having an emotionally charged anxious thought and like trying to quell that with like a rational thought is extremely difficult when like
Oh
something is
yeah.
so emotionally charged. It's like bringing the knife to a gunfight, it's just like it's going to be really hard to accomplish. So like, give it time and like have that battle when like, it's knife versus knife, not knife versus gun. And then you'll find that it's really just knife versus nothing because like you don't like all that thought really is the anxiety accompanied with it. So
Totally. Totally.
so yeah,
The
it's
fucking
like
flame side is getting a little bit fucking deep right now. I'm
is
fucking
it?
with. I think
Uh,
so. A little therapy conversation.
Yeah, I got no problem saying that I like did, and I still do struggle with anxiety. It's tough, dude. It's tough out here.
I do think a lot of that. I remember when I was first starting therapy, there was like kind of a big thing of like the stigma of mental health, and I feel like that has gotten so much better in like society, where like people
for
are so much
sure.
more comfortable talking about like, oh, I do therapy or oh, I have issues, you know. And I really
Yeah,
fuck with that, dude. I feel like it's gone such a long way.
I feel like everybody on the planet has accepted that like everyone's dealing with mental health problems.
Yeah.
Do you like? Could you go up to anybody these days and be like, hey, how's your mental health? And they'd be like, tip top, like no problems. I feel like that just isn't a thing.
You couldn't go up to anybody, bro. And
Everybody would be like, even if it is like going well, they'd still be like, oh yeah, like I have some anxiety here and
oh
there. Like
yeah, I
everybody
got this thing,
does.
I got that thing.
Yeah,
No, definitely, dude.
I think everybody gets it.
Yeah.
I think maybe with like the older generations, it's like they had these things, but like didn't really know what to call them, and so like they didn't really feel like they existed. But like, oh, they do.
They
I
had
mean, I
like
can think,
different outlets and shit of
yeah,
like
like I don't think my parents would like say like, oh, I have this or that, but like I can tell you they got shit. So
I think like at least with my parents, I know like a lot of that stuff was just like the way they dealt with it was just like crazy work ethic and shit like that. And like,
yeah,
like you always hear like I always make fun of my mom because she always used to be like, "Oh, I had to walk to school in like this blizzard in the blizzard and under the, and just like I don't know, it's just like they had different shit to worry about."
well, unironically, I think you're totally right, and that like you know to some extent the current generation has a lot more time to like get fucking anxious and shit.
For sure.
Like I whenever I'm very busy in life, I feel like I deal with anxiety a lot less because I'm just like very much so invested and distracted by what's going on around me. Whereas like especially during COVID summer where it was like
Oh.
I didn't do a damn thing all day, like I had a lot of time to think about all the bad shit. So when you're like walking to the fucking when you're walking to school in like 6 feet of snow, like yeah, I'm sure it's
Yeah,
it's a
you're not
lot.
thinking about the issues, bro. You're just
You're thinking this fucking sucks. So yeah, it makes sense. But yeah, I still think like everybody's got that. The distractions are very real. I guess is all I kind of mean to say about that.
definitely.
So
Well, we're running down here on the session. We got about 2 minutes. Any closing thoughts for these Flameside for the Embers here on
dude,
our
go Xavier. I saw Sammy potted a couple Genos.
Yeah, they beat their rivals, the Bearcats, the
It's fucking
crosstown
good, dude.
rivals.
It's
And
fucking
they
good.
lost by 20 to them last year.
Oh, let's
And they
go.
beat them this
And
year.
guess what the difference was, bro?
Sammy's healthy.
Yeah, didn't have Sammy D last year. That's what's up, bro.
Nah, Sammy, you're the GOAT. I doubt she's listening, but you're the GOAT if you are listening.
Uh-huh.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in to, I don't know what episode this is. I think it's 28. We'll see you guys.
Do you have any 28s in your head?
Claude, Drew.
No way.
That's easy, bro. That's fucking
We almost
easy.
missed the Giroux episode.
I heard
Damn.
28 and it was just like, "Oof, Claude.
I don't think I could actually even think of a single 28, dude.
Drew, dude, this is the Drew episode.
Why is the name Ryan Clough coming into my head?
We also got football coming up here in about 5 minutes. Are you
Yeah,
excited?
oh my God. Yeah, fuck yeah.
Excited
Let's
for
go.
some football?
Yes.
Woo!
Hold on. If Ryan Clough is jersey number 28, somebody owes me some money.
Hurry, bro. You got
Ryan,
less than a minute.
less than a minute. How much time exactly?
It just says less than a minute.
29.
God
was.
damn it.
We got 35 seconds, so I can ruminate on this.
Wait,
for-
you can see
Yeah,
the
you
exa-
can't see
it just gives me less than a minute and it puts all
like
this pressure on me. I'm
in
like,
the
oh
top right,
shit.
top right, like you see like the like next to the recording button.
Yeah,
Next
it
to,
just says less than a minute for me.
I got 19 counting down. Yeah, dude, 29. I feel like he'd fucking change his number, whatever. Yeah, okay. So I can't think of any 28s. Thanks for listening. Be back on a regular schedule next week. Appreciate y'all.
Bye, guys.